Okay, we got two setups here. We got down the line and face on view. You can see that the down the line view is a really good posture setup. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and draw in our swing planes here. That's the swing plane described by the golf shaft. This is the swing plane. I'm going to redo that one. That was too high. This is the swing plane of the shoulders. They're parallel swing planes. Now we're going to create what we're going to call the K, which we see here. He's a little too upright. I'd like to see his left shoulder back on that line there so that we have a bit of an angle here. There's our K that we're looking at, a reverse K. Other than that, the face-on view looks pretty good. Let's get rid of the two of those. What we do want to see is a movement into the front side where that yellow line is on the right side of the face-on view. Let's begin by just taking a look at the back, the down the line view. Watch the takeaway here. Club is just below the plane. We'd like to see it more up on the plane on the way back. Now he's going to get his arm, doesn't quite get it up to the top of the plane. So he's a little low there. His shoulders are pretty good on the plane. I think the reason he's low there is you can see that his left knee has kind of gone down a little bit, no longer parallel to the right knee. Now let's watch the transition, see if he drops the club back on the plane. He's got a pretty good vertical drop there with the hands. Gets the club head behind the hands a little bit, not as much as we'd like to see. And also notice that the right elbow is not getting in front of him. It's still way behind him here. We got to get that right elbow out in front of your rib cage or out in front of your right hip in order for you to have a good power and a good extension through the line. So the right arm is straightening too soon because of that angle, and he's pulling up out of the shot a little bit, and that's caused by the right elbow. Good extension down the line right there. We can see the hips rotating through pretty good, right on through to a pretty nice finish. Notice that the lead arm now is, the trail arm is parallel to the swing plane. The club head's a little bit up and down, but not bad. Pretty decent swing, all in all. But we've got to think the key is working on the left knee and getting the right elbow out in front of the rib cage. Now let's back it up again and take a look on the passenger side of the window here. We got a nice face-on view. We drew the power line in. That's critical that we get our lower half of our body past that while our head stays on the trail side of that yellow line. Watch the takeaway here. Moves a little bit off the ball. And he moves his head too. Notice even the bill of the cap is turning. You can see that there. Let's try to keep the head a little quieter if we can. Now let's move the hips into the shot. See, there's where it doesn't happen. We're not getting any lateral movement of the hips into the shot. The shoulders are passing. The hips didn't. So he gets a little bit stuck. It stays behind the line a little bit there. And then right on through to a finish. At this point here, the hips should be stuck under his head, not out behind his head. He should have a little bit more pelvic thrust. The belt should be a little flatter or even pointing to the sky a little bit. Get a little extension of the hips through the impact zone. And when he finishes, we want to see him finishing on the yellow line so that the right shoulder, right ear, right hip, right knee, left knee are all lined up on the yellow line. And you can see he's tilted a little bit forward, so he never got his butt tucked under him.